Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So today's video is going to be a little bit different to my usual vlog style video. Let me just get the cat out of the way. As you've probably guessed by the title of the video, I am going to be trying to make egusi soup, which is a traditional Nigerian dish. This cat. I've never made this before. The only time when I've ever tried it is when I think Emmanuel's made it once, and it's not really for me. Stop it. It's not really for me, but he does enjoy it. So I thought I would surprise him. He is at work, and by the time he comes back, hopefully, we're gonna have a delicious egusi soup. I am just gonna be straight up with you guys though. I did not cook the semo. So, traditionally with some meals, you would eat it with either fufu or this is called semo. To be honest, I completely forgot about this part and left the store without the ingredients for that. So a special shout out to the African Kitchen and Lounge in Elzik for hooking me up with some of that on the way home. But I did get all the other ingredients. I believe there are different ways of making it, but I am going to be following a tutorial that I've seen on YouTube. I've watched it like 3 times. I'm still going to have to watch it in order to make this, but we can give it a go, see how it turns out. Also, don't mind my hair. I do have a hair mask in it at the minute, so it's looking very slick Rick and a bit greasy, but it is just a hair mask, don't worry. So in terms of ingredients, we have, this is some ugu leaf. They only had frozen ones. I think the recipe online does use like fresh ones, but you can use frozen ones, so I'm just going to leave that out to defrost a little bit. Some onions. Not sure how many just yet, but I did buy 6 just in case. We have some ground egusi. So I didn't realise that egusi is essentially just ground up melon seeds. So that is what this is. So we've got some egusi, have some locust beans. Not 100% sure if this is enough, but we're gonna go with it. I've got some tomatoes, some ground crayfish, and then I got some frozen catfish. I think, again, something that I've never cooked before. I'm just hoping that this is going to all go all right, because I feel like this is going to be quite a lengthy process, especially for me, just being a beginner and not knowing how to cook this. So yeah, we'll give it a go, see how it goes. Well, I was going to say how could it go wrong, but it probably could go quite wrong. So yeah, just wish me luck and let's see how this goes. Okay, so first up I am adding the smoked catfish and some tripe into a pan. It is all frozen, so it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. I then added in some onions and some seasoning powder. The one I use is the Knorr all-purpose seasoning. We do get this from the African store. Honestly, so good. And we added some salt and then some boiling water, and I just left this to boil for about 30 minutes. The lid for my pan doesn't quite fit, so just ignore that. Then next up I got my tomatoes and some habanero peppers, half of an onion, and these are the long red peppers. Chop them all up, pop them into a blender, and it did take me a little while to blend this. I had to shake it a few times because the only liquid in this is from the tomatoes, so don't worry, it will come. Next I have another half of an onion, and I'm just going to pop this into my Ninja with a little bit of water and blitz this up as well to make like an onion paste kind of consistency. Next I'm adding my egusi into a bowl, and then we are going to be adding in the onion mixture and just giving that a mix around. I do add some more in because I didn't put enough in to start with. We're just going to keep adding the onion paste until we get a consistency which looks a little bit like this. Right, I've done most of the prep, I think pretty much all of the prep. It's now a case of cooking the egusi and kind of bringing it all together. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I've messed up the tripe because it's kind of like solid. Well, it's not solid, but it's like tough. I don't know, I mean, the video just said whatever meat you're using, just put it all in a pan and boil it. So that's what I did. But I don't know. We'll see what he says later on when we get the verdict. But yeah, so I'm moving on now to cooking the egusi. I've got some palm oil. I've got some palm oil here, which we already had. I'm just going to heat that up and This is what's known as the frying method. I've not actually seen any other methods, but every time I like look at a video of how to make egusi soup, people say, oh, this is the frying method, which kind of indicates that there might be another method, but I'm not really sure. I haven't found the other method yet, basically. So I am a little bit nervous about this part, just because it does stick to the bottom. So, and apparently it's supposed to, but I always get nervous when things start to stick to the bottom because I feel like I'm burning it. So we'll see how it goes. But even if it does stick to the bottom, when you add the stock later, apparently it just like releases. So I don't know, we'll see.
So I've just popped some palm oil into the pot and just let that heat up. And then we're just going to be adding in our egusi. You do add them in kind of little bowls and just leave them to fry a bit and just very gradually start to kind of mix it a bit. Don't worry if it sticks to the bottom because it'll come loose. Funnily enough, actually, it didn't really stick to the bottom too much whilst I was doing it. Here I'm adding the stock from the fish and the tripe mixture. Those had already been cooked, and just giving it a mix around. Then we're adding our locust beans along with the pepper and tomato mixture that we blitzed up earlier and giving that a stir in. For seasoning, I'm just going to add some more of that all-purpose seasoning along with some of the crayfish and just giving that a mix in. And then finally, we're going to be adding in our meat. So once we've added in the meat, we're just going to be covering the pot and leaving it to cook for about 15 minutes-ish until it looks a little bit something like this. And then I'm adding in the ugu leaves and again, just leaving them to cook for a bit. And it should eventually look a little something like this. So I didn't think it looked right, but apparently it was right. So yeah, that's what it looks like.
Right, I'm not sure that looks like it's supposed to, but I literally followed the recipe, but I kind of feel like maybe I started with a little bit too much palm oil. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm going to leave that. Finish this work in about 45 minutes, so I'm going to leave that there. That didn't take as long as I thought it would, actually. I thought it would take a lot longer, so I'm going to leave that, and yeah, we'll see how we'll get his reaction on camera, see what he thinks of it. But for my first time, you know, there's a lot to learn, and I feel like he could probably give me a few pointers as well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes down with Emmanuel. Right, he's just pulled into the street and he's just parking. So wait for him to come in. I'm gonna see whether he can guess what I've cooked before seeing it, because I have a feeling that as soon as he walks in the door he'll be like, what have you made? Because you'll be able to smell it. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Why am I a little bit nervous? I think it's because I've tried it once, but it was like months and months and months ago, and I'm not really a big like fish lover, so it's not something that I would eat usually, so I don't really know how it's supposed to taste, so I can't even like taste test it. Whereas when I've learned how to make jollof, at least before that I'd already eaten it quite a few times, so I know kind of what it was supposed to taste like, and the same with stew as well, and the fried rice. So yeah, this is the only thing where I'm kind of a bit blind as to how it's going to be, because the only person who can tell me whether it's supposed to taste like is him. So we'll see. I don't know whether to give it another stir. Oh, I don't know.
Hello. I'm perceiving something from the African shop.
You what?
I'm perceiving something from the African shop.
What do you mean?
Soup.
From the African shop?
You cooked it?
Yeah. Because I couldn't get the ingredients.
Right.
And I kind of forgot about it, and then yeah, so I got this from the African kitchen, but I've made that. So, first thoughts?
First thoughts, it smells like...
Smells like what?
Like, it smells like the real deal, like African food, like normal African food.
Good. That's a good start.
I can't believe, like, I can perceive the locust beans. Like, I can't believe you actually add, like, the temerity to prepare locust beans, considering you don't like the smell of, like...
It's got crayfish and everything in it. So, it's a good reaction.
Interesting. Are you serious?
Yeah.
No, like, see what I'm asking, are you serious? Like, it's not in the pot, like... Or did you put it in the pot?
No, I made it. I used the rest of the cow skin that was in the freezer.
Right.
And some What's that fish again?
Open your mouth.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for? What are you doing? Ow! What are you doing? What?
Are you sure you're Jessica?
Yeah.
What have you done with my girlfriend?
Well, I figured if we're gonna get married, I need to learn how to like cook for you. You haven't tasted it yet, so I have I have no idea how it's supposed to taste.
No, normally from the smell first off, that like when I came in, the smell was. Are you sure you're not messing with me?
I'm not messing. Look, I'll show you because I did this stuff for a reel as well. See, adding the ingredients, boiling, making the.
Where did you get the recipe from?
YouTube. You've made this before, haven't you?
Yeah, I never made anything this close.
Well, it's a palm oil. I was a little worried that there was too much palm oil. See?
And the vegetables, everything like.
Yeah. Make a wife with me yet.
Good thing I proposed already.
Yeah. I don't know whether you want to go get changed and things and then you can try it.
Righto. Good stuff.
Is that it?
Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to prepare this better.
Oh, I'll take that.
Like, we'll pay good money for this at the African shop, so.
Maybe we should open our own shop. And I'll make the egusi soup and you make everything else.
Right. Splendid.
Good. You're finishing it.
Like, yeah.
All gone.
I don't know how you managed to get like the seasoning right, but like, it's top notch. It's
good.
Splendid.
I'm glad.
I never expected it.
You didn't expect it?
I never expected it. Like, I never expected the food, you know. So
that's why I wanted to surprise you, because I thought if I told you I was making it, then it wouldn't be a surprise.
Well, surprise, surprise,
surprise, surprise.
Surprise was well received, and it's actually spicy too, though.
Yeah, I put 5 in. 5 of them pepper things.
You did well.
Thanks.
You did well, so yeah.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
If you had added like this more pinch of salt. So that
oh, really? Mm-hmm. Well, I did put salt in at the start. On the video, it did tell us to put more salt in, but I was like, I've already put loads of salt in.
Yeah, like if you had just added like this tiny bit to that little salt. Well, that's in the stop speak.
All right, tiny bit more salt. That's I think that's a pretty good feedback from my first go. All right, well, I think I did pretty well. I'm impressed with myself, considering that I didn't think that it looked right, but apparently it's good, so I'll take that. But yeah, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Go hit the subscribe button. If there's any recommendations for different dishes you want me to try and make, then leave them in the comments. And yeah, I will see you in the next one.
Let me tell you the next one.
What?
Mine.
Oh, I looked at the recipe for that. It looks hard.
Yes, it's hard. I can't make it.
Like a demon. All right. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Baby, let me love